Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we officially begin our adventures within the city of Baltimore, Maryland, and to start, we are checking out the White Marsh Mall in Baltimore, Maryland. This is a thriving mall on the northeast side of Baltimore that still retains a ton of character inside, whilst retaining a great lineup of stores. So join me for a walk through the White Marsh Mall and let's see what it holds in store for us during my visit in May 2024. History would begin in 1972, when the Rouse Company planned to build a new shopping mall on the northeast side of Baltimore. Sears would commit early on to being a premier anchor to this new shopping center, and whilst it would take some time for the mall to be built, White Marsh Mall would officially open its doors on August 12, 1981. Original anchors would consist of Sears, JCPenney, Bamburgers, Woodward Lothrop, and Hutlzers, as well as over 120 stores throughout its 1.2 million square feet of retail space. By the mid-1980s, changes to the anchor lineup would already be underway, as Bamburgers would be converted to Macy's in 1986, whilst Hutlzers would close up shop by 1990. Their space would be completely overhauled and replaced with a Hutlzer by 1992. By 1995, Woodward Lothrop would close up shop as the entire company would go out of business. Their space would be converted to a Lord & Taylor in 1998. However, Lord & Taylor would also be short-lived as they would close in 2004. Their space would be converted to a Hutlzer home store on the lower level and a Buffalo Wild Wings and a Sports Authority on the upper level. That same year, Rouse would get acquired by General Growth Properties, and as a result, ownership of the mall would go to GGP. 2006, we'd see Hutlzer get converted to Macy's during the May and Federated Department Stores buyout. And as a result of this, Macy's would vacate the Bamburgers space and relocate to the Hutlzer building. However, that space would not sit vacant for long as it would be converted to a Boscov's that same year. However, 2008 would see Boscov's close up shop at White Marsh Mall during their bankruptcy at the time, but their location at White Marsh Mall would reopen in 2012, and the mall would receive a renovation that same year. In 2016, Sports Authority would close their doors for the last time as the entire company went out of business. Their space would be converted to a Dave & Buster's in 2017. 2018 would see General Growth Properties get acquired by Brookfield Properties, and as a result, ownership of the mall would go over to Brookfield. And in February 2020, Sears would announce the closure of their White Marsh Mall location, and the store would close in April 2020. By this point, White Marsh Mall would have already been shut down for the COVID lockdown, but when the mall reopened, it would still continue to see success and high occupancy. There were plans to repurpose the Sears space into apartments, but those plans were rejected by Baltimore City Council in 2023. And in November 2024, Spinoso Real Estate would purchase White Marsh Mall for $190 million, and they are the current owners of the mall as of the making of this video. Although losing some tenants in recent times, the White Marsh Mall continues as a thriving mall for the northeast corner of Baltimore, even building up a retail corridor around it, with other shopping centers joining the area, such as the Avenue at White Marsh and Nottingham Square. It seems like the White Marsh Mall will not be going anywhere anytime soon, and that's a good thing because this was a really cool mall, and it's great to see another mall do well in the retail apocalypse.
White Marsh Mall was one of the few thriving malls we visited during our trip. I obviously loved the palm trees in this mall a lot, as I took a lot of pictures of them when I visited the mall. I feel palm trees have the ability to turn an otherwise bland mall into something really special and unique. I really enjoyed my time here at this mall, although it did feel a bit dark in some areas due to the lack of lighting. This mall also had a beautiful fountain area, but unfortunately it was not running at the time we visited.
Honestly, I feel like it's not that often we get to see a former Sears with the signs still up. I mean, it happened quite a few times on this trip, but over by me, not a lot of Sears stores still have their signs up, so this was actually kind of cool to see. I mean, part of that is because a lot of these Sears stores by me have now been redeveloped, but still, it's just cool to see that. Overall, the White Marsh Mall was actually a pretty cool mall. Rouse definitely knows how to make a mall look cool, and this mall is very open and airy, and the skylights here are absolutely cool. Not to mention the handrails on the second floor are really cool, and even though the fountain was turned off, I could imagine that this fountain would look really cool when it's operating. Also, the palm trees just add that extra character to a mall like this, and that little clock over by the Dave & Buster's and Macy's home, and even those lights on the pillars. It's always cool to see a mall get that extra bit of character, and I like that. But the best part of it all is the fact that this mall is still doing well. This mall is still thriving, and even though some tenants have left since we filmed this footage last May, this mall is still very busy and filled with a ton of stores, which is great to see. Now, this video is a bit on the shorter side. There was just a ton of security while we were walking through here, and we were on a time crunch. We still had another stop to make on this day, but I still enjoyed the hour that we spent here. It was a really cool mall, and I'd absolutely say this was one of my favorites from the trip. This one took me by surprise because this one actually was really cool. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you all for watching my video tour of the White Marsh Mall in Baltimore, Maryland. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like as it greatly helps support the channel. And whilst you're at it, be sure to click that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more mall videos like this to be released to more viewers like you. I have a lot more content coming to the channel very soon with a lot more stuff you're not going to want to miss. So be sure to subscribe for more malls to come your way. I also have an Instagram linked in the description with sneak peeks of future videos coming to the channel. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, stay awesome, and have a blessed day. I will see you all in my next video.